Imagine in your working day-to-day activities in your company, and you had created the CI/CD pipeline and you had triggered the CI/CD pipeline, but accidentally it has deployed into production. And due to this mistake, all the unwanted changes are in live into the production, so it is reflecting to the user. So due to this, your production environment get disturbed and all the users are affected, and finally like your job is going to be risky, just triggering a single CI/CD pipeline. So due to this, all the changes has been applied into the production. So today we are going to discuss about how can we prevent such a accidental releases or accidental triggers into your production environments, just triggering the CI/CD pipeline. So let's jump into the concept. Hello everyone, welcome to Code Kamkaji, and today we are going to discuss about change management. What is change management? Why we need to use the change management? And what if you use your change management? What exactly we are going to get the advantages into your software development lifecycle? So first, I'll give the just introduction about change management. So change management in a CI/CD mean it is going to control tracking and approving all the changes like code configurations or infrastructure changes into your CI/CD process that we call as change management, which means it is going to like controlling and it's going to track what changes are going to be applied on the target environment, and it is going to give approvals by following the change management lifecycle. So due to this way, you cannot make any accidental issues or accidental releases into the production. You can completely prevent it, which means via CI/CD pipeline, you are going to create a change request by following the documentation, which means in the change request you can specify, hey, we are going to deploy our application and so on so date, and this is what the application and this is the URL and this is the downtime, and these many applications are currently using this API, and during this period it will be how some downtime, maybe 1 hour or 2 hour, so you can take the window. So once you create the request, so this request get assigned to your change management or upper management, like it can be your manager, it can be your lead, or it can be your director. So once it is assigned, they will get notified like via email or Slack or Teams or any messaging channel. So once they got notified, I know they redirect you to the redirect to the application which you are used for change management, and they are going to approve it by just reviewing all the changes that you are using for this release. So while reviewing it, they get to know, okay, this is the approval they needed due to they made some new features, they releasing few new features, or they're fixing few bugs in the production. So like they'll notify what exactly changes you are going to make by applying this pipeline into the production. That's the reason you requested your management to approve those changes. So once they are approved, it is going to release into the production environment or any target environment. So due to this, you are going to notify all your members which are assigned as approver, and you can notify all the downstream or upstream application which are using your APIs or services, and you notify the people who are accessing this website that during this period we are making some changes, and this would be some like in a downtime window, and this service will be affected, you may not get access. Because as we know, we are following the zero downtime, but we should take some downtime during this period, like 1 hour or 2 hour. And by following the change management, your management is going to review all your changes that you're going to apply into the target environment. They will get to know, okay, these all the changes is happening, and until unless they approved it, it won't went for the target environment like a release or any production environment. So in the previous case, just triggered the pipeline, it went into the production. But here, you have the complete team need approval. Your pipeline requires the approvals of your change management. This is how you can prevent such a accidental releases. And here in the change management, we have the three change requests. One is a normal, and second one is a standard, and third one is a emergency change request. So first one, normal change, like it's used for planned changes, or it maybe have any something like some more risky. So due to during this period, you can use a normal change request. When it comes to standard change, you can use for daily activities or low risk, and where whatever task you do very regularly, daily basis, you can take this standard change request for that. When it comes to emergency change request, it is used for urgent fixes for production issues like high priority. It can be bug or vulnerability, anything. So during the time, you can use the emergency change request. So when it comes to approvals, so the normal change request required a manual approval before it get deployed into the target environment. And when it comes to a standard change, it does not require any manual approval, so it can redirect into the pre-approved approval. So you can just look into that, and it automatically went into the targeted environment as a release. When it comes to emergency, at least it's required a faster approvals. At least any single approval is enough for it to release into the target environment. And imagine in your approval list, you may have a 6 members. So for normal instant, you may require all the people, but when it comes to emergency, one approval is enough to push or all the changes into production. Later, you can create documentation why it is went into the emergency change request and what all changes it has, and you can notify it everybody, because you, as you know, like emergency change request mostly suited for productions. So this is how, normal change can be used for new features and db migrations, or any some kind of risky activities. And standard change can be used for daily activities like daily configuration updates, or any version updates, or any adding in very regular features kind of stuff. When it comes to emergency change request, can be suitable for production outage fixes, such as bugs or vulnerabilities or anything. So you can take approval from fastly approval from any one of the person, so you can do the emergency change request and get deployed into the production, and later you can document everything, so why it is emergency change request. So this is the introduction and usage of change management. I hope you have enjoyed the explanation. And if you still have a doubts, I request you to drop your comments in comment section, and I'm happy to reply you back. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye bye.